Face masks have become the new normal, but what does the law have to say about certain states changing the law, like, for example, Texas?
Julissa Ortiz got all the details with the experts.
Very timely. We're talking masks and vaccinations this morning in our sidebar with Del Rio and Caraway. Good morning to you, Chuck and Daniel. Great to see you.
Good morning.
For me, these masks have become kind of an accessory in my daily outfit, right? But let's talk a little about states that have made it part where they don't have to wear it anymore. We've got a woman in Texas recently arrested for not wearing a mask, where it's no longer a law there.
It's kind of true. You're right. They repealed the mask mandate. The governor did. But she didn't get arrested for not wearing a mask. She got arrested for trespass. Private businesses are still allowed to make you wear a mask. So she went into a bank. They told her, ma'am, you still have to wear a mask. She said she refused. The cops were called. She made a big stink about it. And the cops took her away on trespasses charges.
Okay, so that was the key there, is that it's a private business, so they have the final say then.
Yeah. Private businesses are still allowed to make you do certain things within certain reasonableness. I think the mask thing is going to be considered reasonable for the time being.
Okay. The other thing we're talking this morning, vaccinations, right? We're starting to see more and more people get vaccinated this time. What about employers? Can they make it mandatory for employees to get vaccinated?
So this is going to be a controversial one for most people. Having the right to take care of your body, decide what medical choices, that's a big deal, constitutional right. But here we are now with the EEOC giving out a statement in December that says, look, employers do have a certain right to go ahead and make sure that their workplace is safe. In the end, it's going to come down to if you have a reasonable medical condition that makes it that you cannot go ahead and get the vaccine, that has to be considered. Or if you have a sincere religious belief, that could have to be considered. Other than that, they have OSHA requirements as an employer. They have to maintain that their employees are safe, that there's no unreasonable risk of harm in coming to that work site. So they actually do have the ability to mandate a vaccine, but they have to do it within those limits. Now, interesting note, is anti-vaxxer, as an opinion, a reasonable religious choice? Maybe not.
Now, what happens if these folks who don't want to be vaccinated because they do have a religious reason or a health issue? Is it on the employer then to provide another opportunity or any kind of options for them to continue to work?
So this is going to become the issue. Much like wearing a mask at your work or much like having to go through any other screenings, they're going to be able to say that within this confine, we can go ahead and we can have these reasonable precautions to go ahead and prevent harm to the other employees, to the customers, things like that. Now, if there's an opportunity, let's say you had a medical condition where you could not get a vaccine and there was the ability to work from home, that may be seen as a reasonable accommodation that has to be offered to you. But not all businesses have that option. If you work at a grocery store, you can't work from home and go ahead and stock the aisles.
Right. Okay. All right. Chuck, Daniel, thank you so much for your insight this morning. Very timely again, right? It is Sidebar with Del Rio and Caraway. I'll send it back over to you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Julissa.